Hello and welcome to Module 9 of the English Speaking and Writing course. Today we'll talk about Concord. What is Concord? Concord is gotten from the Latin word concordia, which means of the same mind, agreeing. Concord is a state of agreement, harmony, union. It is the need for grammatical agreement between different parts of speech. Now we have different types of Concord or different rules of Concord. There are so many, and in this course we'll talk about 21 of them. Please understand that verb is the most important part of a sentence because it can stand alone as a command, like go. That is a command, it's just a verb. However, to make a complete sentence, we need a subject and the verb. So this takes us to the number one grammatical concord. The rule states that if the subject is singular, the verb must be singular, and if the subject is plural, the verb must also be plural. This is grammatical concord. We have examples here. He likes rice. Also note that singular verb have S. Plural verb do not have S at the end for regular verbs like this, okay? So regular verbs, if they are singular, they have S as in likes. But like is a plural regular verb, so there is no S there. So let's take the examples again. He likes rice. He is a singular subject. So likes is also a singular verb. He likes rice. The next one, we like rice. We is plural. Like is also a plural verb. So remember the rule that if the subject is singular, the verb must be singular. And if the subject is plural, the verb must also be plural. Another one, the man is here. The man is singular. Is also a singular verb. The next one, the men are here. So this is the first grammatical concord, the first concord, grammatical concord. Let's go to the next one, proximity concord. It says if two or more subjects are joined by either or neither nor, the subject that is closest to the verb determines the concord. I'll take that again. If two or more subjects are joined by either or neither nor, the subject that is closest to the verb determines the concord. That is, if the subject closest to the verb is singular, the verb will be singular. If the subject closest to the verb is plural, the verb will be plural. Now let's see examples here. Neither the shoes nor the bag matches the dress. Here, the subject closest to matches, which is the verb, is bag, and bag is singular. So because bag here is singular, the verb should be singular too, matches. The next one, neither the bag nor the shoes match the dress. Can you see the change? The subject before the verb is shoes, and this is plural. Because of that, the verb changes to a plural verb to match. Neither the bag nor the shoes match the dress. Either the man or his wife is attending the meeting. Wife here is singular. Is should be singular, so it's a singular verb. Either the man or his wife is attending the meeting. The next one, either the man or his bodyguards are attending the meeting. Bodyguards, this is plural. It is the subject closest to the verb are. So are should be plural verb because bodyguards there is plural. So this is proximity concord. If two or more subjects are joined by either or neither nor, the subject that is closest to the verb determines the concord. The third, notional concord. This one says collective nouns usually take singular verbs, but can also take plural verbs depending on their use in the sentence. So collective nouns can go singular, they can also go plural, depending on their use in the sentence. If you're talking about the collective noun as one group, it usually goes with singular verb. But if you're talking about the group doing things individually, separately, that can go with a plural verb. Here are examples. The class has the best results in the school. So this is as a group. So we use the singular has. The class are sitting at their desks. So even though it's one class, but talking about the individuals that make up the class, they are sitting at their desks. So that is why the class here uses are instead of is, because talking about them as individuals. The audience is quite large. Talking about the audience as one group, we use the singular verb is. The audience is quite large. And the next one, the family are always fighting. My family, rather, my family are always fighting. So when families fight, it's individuals that are fighting. And that is why here, even though family is a collective noun, we use the plural verb are for it, because talking about their action as individuals. Okay? So, but if we say my family is happy, my family is happy, that is together as a family, they are happy. So we can say my family is happy using a singular verb is for that. So please understand that collective nouns usually take singular verbs, but can also take plural verbs depending on their use in the sentence. Let us go to the next one, number 4. This is categorization concord. It says adjectives that denote a group or a category of people take plural verbs. The poor need help. The poor here talked about all the poor people together. It's a category of poor people. The young are fighting for their rights. The young, it's not talking about just one young person, it's talking about all young people in general. The young are fighting for their rights. The rich also cry. It's not talking about just one rich person, but a group, rich people as a group. So here says that adjectives that denote a group or category of people take plural verbs. The poor need help, the young are fighting for their rights, the rich also cry. Number 5, concord of indefinite pronouns. Pronouns that end in body, thing, and one take singular verbs. Everyone is here. Nobody knows tomorrow. Something is missing. Not something are missing. Something is missing. Everyone is here. Nobody knows tomorrow. Something is missing. This is concord of indefinite pronouns because pronouns that end in body, thing, and one take singular verbs. Number 6, concord of quasi-coordinated subject. When quasi-coordinators like as well as, with, together with, in conjunction with, and along with are used to join two subjects. The first subject controls the verb. If the first subject is singular, the verb will be singular. If the first subject is plural, the verb will be plural. That is for concord of quasi-coordinated subject. Now let's see examples. Peter, as well as Mary, was at yesterday's class. So the first subject here is Peter, and Peter is singular. Because we have the quasi-coordinators as well as here, we only focus on the first subject, Peter. Peter is singular, so the verb should be singular too. Peter, as well as Mary, was at yesterday's class. The next, the teachers, along with their students, were here. We focus our attention on the teachers. This is plural, then the verb will be plural, were. The man, together with his gods, has arrived. Now, we are not going with his God. No, we are going with the man because we use the quasi-coordinator together with. And when that happens, we only focus on the first subject, which is the man. So the man, together with his God, has arrived. So let's take that again. Concord of quasi-coordinated subjects. When quasi-coordinators like as well as, with, together with, in conjunction with, and along with are used to join two subjects. The first subject controls the verb. Peter, as well as Mary, was at yesterday's class. The teachers, along with their students, were here. The man, together with his God, has arrived. We focus on the first subject. That is what controls the verb. Number 7, coordinate concord. When two subjects are joined together by and, the verb to be used is plural. Tom and Jerry are here. Jack and Jill know me. The principal and the French teacher are coming. So here the principal is one person, the French teacher is another person. So the principal and the French teacher are coming. So when we join two subjects together with and, the verb to be used is plural. That is coordinate concord. Let us go to number 8. Number 8 is double title subject concord. Now, when two subjects are joined together by and the two subjects refer to only one person or thing, a singular verb should be used. Example, our French teacher and head of department is absent today. Here, the French teacher is still the same person as the head of department. It's just two titles referring to one person. So we're not going to say are absent today because we're talking about one person. Now, if I had said the French teacher and the head of department, then that would be two different people. But here, our French teacher and head of department refers to one person, so we say is absent today. This is double title subject concord. The next one, number 9, many a concord. When many a is used, the subject and verb that follow it must be singular. Many a girl hates him, not hate him. Hates him. That is singular verb. Many a man has tried, but few men have succeeded. So many a man has, not have tried. Remember, it is many a concord. When many a is used, the subject and verb that follow it must be singular. Number 10, more than concord. When more than is used to qualify the subject of a sentence, we use a singular verb if the subject is singular and a plural verb if the subject is plural. Let me take that again. When more than is used to qualify the subject of a sentence, we use a singular verb if the subject is singular and the plural verb if the subject is plural. More than one boy lives here. We use more than, and the subject here is just one boy, and that's singular. That is why our verb here is singular, lives. More than one boy lives here. Now see another example. More than 2 apples are on the table. Now 2 apples here is a subject and it's plural. So because we use more than with the subject 2 apples, the verb should be plural, are on the table. Don't forget, when more than is used to qualify the subject of a sentence, we use a singular verb if the subject is singular and a plural verb if the subject is plural. Number 11, concord of money, weight, time, and distance. When a word that denotes money, weight, time, and distance is used as the subject of the sentence, a singular verb is used. 30 minutes is all I have to prepare for the test, not 30 minutes are all I have. No, it's 30 minutes is all I have to prepare for the test. 5,000 naira was spent to paint the wall. It's not 5,000 naira were spent. No. 20 kilograms was too much for him to lift. Not 20 kilograms were too much. This is concord of money, weight, time, and distance. Just measurement. We use a singular verb for it. Number 12, concord of fraction and percentage. When a word that denotes a fraction or percentage is used as the subject of a sentence, the noun after it determines the verb it takes. If the noun is singular, the verb will be singular. If the noun is plural, the verb will be plural. Okay, let's go. About 71% of the earth is covered by water. Of the earth. Earth is singular. We're talking about a fraction, a percentage of it, and the subject here is earth, which is singular. So the verb is going to be singular too, is covered by water. See another example. 3/4 of the students have left. 3/4 of the students have left. Students here is plural, so we use the plural verb have. 3/4 of the students have left. This is concord of fraction and percentage. Remember, it says that when a word that denotes a fraction or percentage is used as the subject of a sentence, the noun after it determines the verb it takes, as we have seen here. So if the noun is singular, the verb will be singular, and if the noun is plural, the verb will be plural. Number 13, mandative subjunctive concord. When prayer, suggestion, wish, demand, or recommendation is used in a sentence, the verb that follows must be plural, even if the subject is singular. We're talking about prayer, suggestion, wish, demand, recommendation. We go with a plural verb, even if the subject is singular. So it is recommended that she approve the contract, not she approves the contract. Even though we're talking about she, one person, it is recommended that she approve the contract. This is a plural verb here. Approve the contract. I suggest he leave this room, not I suggest he leaves this room. If I were a millionaire, not if I was a millionaire. If I were a millionaire, I would buy you a car. And I know you remember Beyonce's song, If I Were a Boy. So it's not if I was a boy, it's if I were a boy, because this is mandative subjunctive concord. I wish my friend were here, not I wish my friend was here. I wish my friend, it's a wish. So we use the plural verb, even though my friend is singular. All right, number 14, parenthesis concord. A parenthesis is a word, phrase, or sentence that is inserted into writing as extra information using brackets, commas, or dashes. The subject before the parenthesis determines the verb. We add some words or a phrase or a sentence in order to add more information. If you take away that parenthesis, the sentence will still make sense. So we focus on the subject before the parenthesis, and that is what determines the verb. James, not the other boys, is considered extremely worthy. James, not the other boys, is considered extremely worthy. The parenthesis here is the not the other boys, so we're not going to focus on that. We focus only on James. James is the one that controls the verb. So James is one person. We'll use the singular verb is here. Here's another example. Dave Benjamin, like his brothers Luke and Sam, was victorious in the finals. Dave Benjamin is the subject here. The parenthesis, like his brothers Luke and Sam, we are not going to focus on this. Instead, our focus is on Dave Benjamin, the subject before the parenthesis. If we remove the parenthesis, the sentence makes sense. Dave Benjamin was victorious in the finals. So we use the singular verb here because the subject before the parenthesis is a singular subject. That is parenthesis concord. The next one, number 15, a pair of concord. When a pair of is used, the verb must be singular. We have a pair of trousers is on the table, not a pair of trousers are on the table. A pair of trousers is on the table. A pair of scissors is on the floor. It's not a pair of scissors are on the floor. So when we use a pair of, we follow it with a singular verb. That is number 15. Number 16, relative pronoun concord. When relative pronouns like who, which, whose, and that are used immediately before a noun or a pronoun, the verb which immediately follows will be controlled by that noun or pronoun which is close to the relative pronoun, and any other verb will be controlled by the main subject of the sentence. Let me use the first example to explain it. It says, one of the traders who sell here has been asked to leave. One of the traders who sell here has been asked to leave. Now, you notice that the subject before who is traders, and that's plural, and that is what controls the verb sell, not sells. One of the traders who sell here. Now, the other verb that we have there, has, will be controlled by the first subject, which is one. So one of the traders who sell here has been asked to leave. Traders control sell. Talking about relative pronoun concord. It says when relative pronouns like who, which, whose, and that are used immediately before a noun or a pronoun, the verb which immediately follows will be controlled by that noun or pronoun which is close to the relative pronoun, and any other verb which will be controlled rather by the main subject of the sentence. Okay, so the next one. All of the people who study English are brilliant. Before who, we have people, and people controls the verb that follows study. So people is plural, study will be plural. But all will control the next verb, becomes are. All of the people who study English are brilliant. Next one. The teacher ran from the boys who was smelling. Before who, we have boy, and that is singular. So this boy here controls the verb, which is was. So it's not going to be the teacher ran from the boy who were smelling. No. The teacher ran from the boy who was smelling. Next one. The teacher ran from the boys who were smelling. Now we have boys here, which is plural, before the who. So the boys here controls the next verb, which is were. The teacher ran from the boys who were smelling. So from the first sentence, before who, we have traders. Traders controls sell. One controls the next verb at the front, which is has. All of the people who study English are brilliant. Before who, we have people. People controls study. All controls are brilliant. Are the front there. The teacher ran from the boy who was smelling. Boy is before who. The boy controls was. The teacher ran from the boys who were smelling. Boys is before who. So boys controls where. This is relative pronoun concord with pronouns like who, which, whose, and that. Number 17, uncountable noun concord. Uncountable nouns are nouns that cannot be counted. They take singular verbs. Good information is necessary for making good decisions. We can count information, so it's uncountable noun. We use is for it. Water is everywhere, not water are everywhere. Water is everywhere. Water is uncountable, so we use singular verb for it. Water is everywhere. The news is a good one, not the news are good ones, or the news are. We say we can count news, so the news is a good one. All right. Now, you can actually say something like 3 cups of water. So when you quantify it that way, then it can be plural. But water is uncountable unless you use something else to quantify it, right? Like sand, it's not, you can count it. You can count water. But if you have 3 gallons of water, 3 gallons of water are on the floor. Yes, but you cannot say water are on the floor. So water is on the floor. This is uncountable noun concord. Uncountable nouns take singular verbs. Number 18, one of concord. When the phrase one of is used, it is usually followed by a plural noun or pronoun and a singular verb. When the phrase one of is used, it is usually followed by a plural noun or pronoun and a singular verb. One of the boys loves me. So after one of, the next subject should be plural. One of. One of what? So one of many things. So the subject is going to be plural, but the verb will be singular. One of the boys loves me. Not one of the boys love me. It's just one of them. So that one is singular. The verb here is going to be singular. One of the boys loves me. One of my teachers is coming. Not one of my teachers are coming. This is one of concord. Number 19, each and every concord. Each and every is followed by a singular noun and a singular verb. Each player was given a jersey. Every man loves women. So each and every is followed by a singular noun and a singular verb. Now, note something. Each of and every one of is followed by a plural noun and a singular verb. Each of is followed by a plural noun, yet the verb will be singular. Same thing applies to every one of. Each of the girls, that's plural, but the verb is has a new dress. Each of the girls has a new dress. That's one girl, one dress. One girl, one dress. So that's one girl, one new dress. One girl, one new dress. So that is singular. That is why we say each of the girls has a new dress. Every one of his friends is here. Not every one of his friends are here. Even though girls and friends are plural, we go with the singular verb because of the each of and every one of. This is the each and every concord. Let me take it again. Each and every is followed by a singular noun and a singular verb. Each player was given a jersey. Every man loves women. Singular verbs. Each of and every one of is followed by a plural noun, yes, and a singular verb. Each of the girls has a new dress. Every one of his friends is here. Number 20, all concord. When all as a word means everything, a singular verb is used. But when all as a word means or is a collection of people or things, then a plural verb is used. all is well with John. Here, the all means everything, like saying everything is well with John. But look at the next one. All have left the field, not all has. Here we go with the plural because we're talking about the players, talking about a collection of people or things. So it's not talking about everything, it's talking about a collection of people or things, like saying all the players have left the field. So here, all is plural. But in the first one, we mean everything as well. So all is well with John. Please understand that when all as a word means everything, we go with a singular verb. And when all as a word is a collection of people or things, we use a plural verb. So all can go for singular, all can go for plural. That depends on what you mean. Are you talking about everything? If you mean everything, use a singular verb. But if you mean a collection of people or things, please use a plural verb. Okay? All right, this should be number 21. All but conquered. When the phrase all but is used to start a sentence, it takes a plural verb. Whether the noun before it is singular or not, that doesn't matter. Whether the noun before it is singular or not, doesn't matter. All we know is that when the phrase all but is used to start a sentence, it takes a plural verb. All but this book are interesting. All but the red pens are good. Now the last one, number 22. This should be number 22, please. When indefinite pronouns, none, some, more, and most can take singular verbs or pronoun. Let me take that again, please. Indefinite pronouns, rather, like none, some, more, and most, can take singular verbs or plural verbs depending on the noun they refer to. Indefinite pronouns, none, some, more, and most can take singular verbs or plural verbs depending on the noun they refer to. None of the houses are painted. So it's referring to plural here, houses, so we go with are painted. None of the information is accurate. Remember, information is an uncountable noun, so we use is for it. Some of the water is dirty. Water is also an uncountable noun, so we use is, a singular verb for it. Some of the shops are closed. Shops is plural, so we use the plural verb are. So indefinite pronouns like none, some, more, and most can take singular verbs or plural verbs depending on the noun they refer to. Right, so we have talked about 22 rules of Concord. Wow. I'll advise that you go over this course again and again. Don't forget to write down the points down. You'd want to refer back to this course because Concord is very important in our spoken English and in our written English. I hope you enjoy this course. I'll see you in the next module, rather. I hope you enjoy this module. See you in the next module. Thank you and have a wonderful day.